introducing the store procedure. Store procedure. Then okay, the SQL Server allow you to store the procedure in the database. You can create the store procedure or some statement want to again you want to run this statement, then you can use for the store procedure differ from the user defined function is different, but this one is different function, some calculation, something you can get the output, but here you can do some tasks, therefore we use for the store procedure. Okay, the function you can get the value, return value or return table, something like that, but in here you can do some tasks. Okay, repeat task. You can use this store stored procedure. Okay, store procedure differ from user defined function in that procedure can return a much wider array of the data type. Okay, array of data type you can use that. Okay, you will typically create the store procedure when you need to perform a task that is okay that intensively use the database, or you want to centralize the code in the database that any user can call this data that tasks, then you can create, like for example every time want to you add the customer or something, then you can call that store procedure, because every each, for example in the bank, each branches they had to come for the new customer, then you had to create the new account, then they want to okay add the user, then you can make that add user like there's a task you can make for the store procedure. Okay, then that is here. Okay, any user can call rather than have each user write their own program to perform the same task. Okay, if you for example in the bank they add the new customer, that's the same procedure for other bank also, other bank in the same for example in the commercial bank they have many branches, then they want to call that and add the user, new user, then the many branches, the same bank many has many branches, that people that officer can use for the same tasks, then we can create that's a task as a like. Now here you can see one example of the instantive database using banking application by which you need to update the account at the end of the each day. Then they want to update their account end of the each day, but now is the online, immediately they update the previous day, end of the day they want to update the whole account, but now is the 24 hours working for the banking database, therefore now you can see, but the previous they had a manual system earlier, before 20 years earlier they had a manual system, therefore then they want to update that account every day. Then one example on which, okay, when would you centralize the code is when you want to restrict the user access to the database table. You might want to user to able to add row to a table only through a procedure, so that no mistake are made. Okay, sometime if you own every user want to write the coding, that's very difficult. Therefore, they avoid for the mistake. Therefore, they make for the store procedure. Then anytime they can call that store procedure and run and use it. Now here's a create a store procedure. What is the store? The procedure introduced as a name as add product. Want to add the product. Then the name of the procedure is add product. Is a name. This procedure add the row to the product table, setting the column value, okay, for the new row to, okay, those pass as the parameter to the procedure. Then you can use them. Therefore, you want to create the parameter also. the product ID column for the new row is assigned as a value automatically by the database. Okay, this auto number is there in the product table in the product ID column. Okay, that is not necessary to you have to provide any number. Okay, automatically put the next number. Okay, already check the what is the, then we can, it is the auto number. Then the product column for new row is assigned the value automatically by the database through the use of an identity. Okay, that was set up when the table was originally created. Okay, then we want to set up for the this identity is just the status. Then it is the database automatically put the auto number for next row. This identity value may be read using by this function. Okay, this is identity function. Okay, identity function, you can get that identity, then you want to add the next one, is going to automatically put it. Function after the new row is added to the table. Then we want to read that using the identity function, then you can get the, that's the what is the last letter and next last row and next row what is the number. At product procedure, you will see here return that identity value to the calling statement. Then we can call for that statement the identity function. We can get for the what is the next value. Okay. Now this is the store procedure. Okay. There's a add product. Then first we want to create the, this is the procedure name, create procedure add product. Procedure is the create procedure. This is the name of the procedure. Okay. Now you can see here is the variable. How many attribute you are going to add that rows. Then that amount of variable you had to mention here. You had to declare. Okay. Already they mentioned for the add product is the auto number. Then not necessary to define here. But here is a declare at product ID integer. Okay. As but here you can see this the declaration is here. You can mention the variable at product name in varchar. My supply ID integer. Then it also match with the that in the table data type also. Each column data type is want to match for this variable. Okay, we call this a variable mean time to time is going to change. Therefore, we are using variable. Okay, then insert into product. Then we have, because the product table, it has more than that number of columns. Okay, in here, how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 columns are here, defined here. But you only check how many columns are in the database. Win table products. Okay, we can see how many. I also forget that. Always come. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 is there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then here also mention how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 attributes are there. Then you can use here insert into. That's a statement already. You know that's a, if you add that row, then you use the insert into products, product name, supply ID. This is the other attribute name, value, person. Okay, values, add product name. These are the variable. Okay, add product name, supplier, my category ID. Okay, it is you want to in the order, same order, you have to mention here the product variable also. Then use that is the identity function. Okay, set product ID equal add identity. Okay, that's the you want to set that. Other things we want to give for pass our variable. This variable we are going to pass in the if you call that stop procedure, then you can get that. Okay, you want to pass this variable, but this add product it will get from the database because that is an auto number. We don't know that what is the number is there in the last row. Okay, last row. Then we use here this is a set add product ID equal identity. This is the function is get from the function what are the auto number. Okay, then return add product ID. Okay, then now you want to get that product ID value also. Product ID values. Then you can use exe add product. Exe means execute this stop procedure. Then you had to pass the other 9 attribute values. Okay, pass the 9 attribute values. It is going to add the 1 rows in the product table. In the products table, it's going to add the 1 table. Okay, again I will explain. First, we want to create procedure. What is the name of the procedure? Okay, then how many attribute value you want to add? Okay, in this example, the product table already 1 attribute is the auto number. Automatically put the number. You know that in the access, Microsoft Access, you can set for the auto number. Here is the you want to put the identity. Okay, I will show that here is the product 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 column. Now you can see the product. Okay, in the properties, you can go to the identity. Okay, identity specification is yes. Always is the yes. Okay, identity. Is yes specification. You can see that 8. Sorry, you want to expand. This identity is yes. Okay, you can check for the other attributes. This identity is no. Then if you change for that thing yes, it is you can put the automatic identity increment. Is the auto number. Want to put the auto number, then database automatically assign that value as a integer 1, 2, 3 like. Okay. Then here also that product ID. This column is the auto number. This identity is yes. The state is yes. Then automatically increase by 1 by 1. Okay, start with the 1 and increase. Increment is 1 by 1. Okay, you check for the other thing. There is identity is no. There are no increments because you had to provide this value. Okay, category ID or something. Then you had to provide that value. Now you can see here this stop procedure. The the product table has the 10 attributes. But in here, 9 variables there. We can add, okay, assign declare another variable as add product integer type. Okay, as declare product ID as yeah, these are the other variable. 9 variable. This all include this also 10. But these are the value we are going to provide for the call this procedure. That time we want to provide this way values, 9 values. But these values that you want to set that value get from the database. Okay, this value is the add product ID because that is the auto number. It auto number is automatically the database put that auto number. Then here is the insert statement, insert into product. These the 9 attributes are there. Okay, 9 attributes, values that are the 9 variable you mentioned here. Then you want to set that product ID equal add identity. Then you want to set that value, auto number value for add product ID. Then return add product ID. Return product ID. Then it the add for that new rows. The new next number is going to add to the new rows. Then this is the store procedure. This is the store procedure for add product. Then in the banking also add the recording. Sorry. Okay, this is the add product. Add product. Then procedure like in the banking, go to add the customer. Then you have to provide that is the customer table, what are the attributes there. Okay, but I thought with the account number also series that they are making for the auto numbers. I think auto number because they want to discontinue. They want to continue the number. Same number. That's why continue the number one by one. Therefore, they can make for that is the account is the auto number. Okay, the system generated, then after they will give the number or account number. Then that also auto number is the identity they can get. But other variable you have to mention. Okay, name, full name, first name, last name. Okay, title, Mr. or Mrs. or something like. Okay, address, telephone number, ID card number, phone numbers, email address. Now they are always asking for the email address. Everything that is the attribute. Then you have to how many attribute in the tables there. Then you have to mention the variable that amount number of variable also. Then that account number also auto number. Then you can declare it as a account ID. Okay. ID int account number int, then insert into that's a customer table or account holder table, like the name of the table and what are the attributes are in the table. Then values, that values you can assign here is the variable because the time frame. Okay, directly you can assign this variable. There's a hard coding. Can't add the new customer new record. Okay, new values. Therefore, here is the variable. We are using the variable with the time to time you can change that value. This is the variable. Then set the add product ID equal that value get from the database. Okay, this get from the database we use for the add identity function, double add identity function. This add it get from the database. Then return add product ID. Okay, it is return for that values. Then we call that. Okay, we execute that product. Sorry, store procedure. Then you have to provide the number of values. Number of values. Okay, you can count. There are 10 9 attributes are there. Here also variable 9 attributes. Then you have to provide the 9 attribute values. It also you want to consider for the data type. Okay, careful. Want to consider for this. Okay, proper. It is the database want to match for this value. Okay, first one, this is a text. Okay, watch out. This is the number 2, 3. This text 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then new row is going to add. Okay, this is the store procedure. Then you can delete that. Okay, or to alter the store procedure. You can also delete or procedure using the drop procedure statement and alter procedure statement. You have to modify. Okay, already create like, then you can want to modify something, then you can modify that statement. Okay, now you want to create that store procedure. Okay, then you can see there in the okay, here's a store procedure. I think already there. Add product. That is there already there. Then I want to remove this one. Same name. We cannot get okay. Create, but we can create another name. Okay, if you want to, we can modify something in the manually also. And okay, delete this one. Okay. There are no anyway. Want to refresh for that database because it is effect. Otherwise, calling that name is there. Okay, then you can new queries. Okay, now create here is right click and use for the new queries. Okay, here not necessary to use for the that is the name of the database. Okay, name of the database. Here not necessary, you can write that store procedure and okay. Otherwise, if you create that one, then you want to, if you click here, okay, this is a command for the any database for this query page. But I create here is a right click and new queries. This query belong for this database. Okay, it is belong to this database. Then create procedure. Create procedure. Okay, careful. That's what's the name of the procedure. Okay, name of the procedure. Create procedure. Add product. Okay, it is the add product. Then you have to declare the variable. Okay, it also you want to consider for this the variable. Okay, they had that is a my product name. Okay, at my supplier ID. Okay. Then you think about here in the table. Okay, they had that is a product name, supply ID, category ID. Okay, it is easy to match. Okay, then you can check the order easily. Otherwise, my variable 1, variable 2 also you can use, no problem. Okay, here is the variable is the name of the variable. Any name you can use, but it is match. You can easy to check. Easy to say, okay, it is match for this the my product name. Here is it is match to the product name. Okay, we are going to assign some value for this the product name. Okay, the first column as a product name, that's a we can. Okay, therefore it is the envacha. My supply ID. Okay, here is a supply ID, category ID. Okay, therefore we are using that line. Okay, but here you will see declare at product ID int. The same name we are using, that's a at product ID in at product ID because we are going to get from this value from the database. Okay, this value get from the database. Now This is the insert statement you have to write. Okay. Now you want to execute, then you can create that store procedure or function. Anything you want to execute. You want to execute this line. Then execute. Okay, command completely successful. Again, you run there is the error already. That name is there, store procedure. Then you can check here the programmatically store procedure is add products there. Add products is there. Okay. Now I again new queries there. I want to execute that. Okay, execute the store procedure. Okay, then I want to copy and paste because okay, that is a, you want to check for the you want to check the correct value data type. Okay, for add that value correct data type. Okay, you can run this one. Row is affected. You can add the row from the table. Okay, I will check it. Table, you can see how many rows are before, after one. Okay, in the products table, there are 80 rows. Now you see here at 80. Because this is the auto number, you can see it is a inactive line. Okay, you cannot modify. You can't modify because this is an auto number. Auto number. Here, that is the other thing you can modify. Okay, you add that thing. Now you can see I didn't use this. Okay, only execute. If you create here a new queries, then you use that particular which, okay, this store procedure where to execute. Therefore, you want to use, that's a database name. Use Northwind. Northwind database. Okay, and now you execute. So it was affected. Now you can check. Now is the I want to refresh. If you refresh, then it's affected. Now I close and open. Product. Okay, now we say 81 records are there. Okay, same values there, but the product ID is a different name, number, 80 and 81. It is affected. It is affected. Okay, this is the way we can add. Okay, hold the make the many store procedure. Okay, we can make many store procedure because this one, okay, it's going to avoid that your error. Okay, user error. Because user doesn't know what are the things. Then you can make here is a execute at product. Then this value. Okay, this is the value we are providing. Okay, we are going to create the small database application, database programming application. Then that value you can get from the your interface. Okay, user interface. We are using that the database programming. We are creating the user interface. Then user interface has the many text box, radio button, checkbox, something is there. Then that value get from there, then we can assign that in here. Okay, that is we are going to study in later. Then okay, this again you can call that procedure. Then you can add this store procedure. You can use it now. Okay, you can alter and delete. Now this is the introduction triggers. Okay, triggers. Then the database, any transaction is happen in your database, we want to keep it that record. What happened? Okay, sometimes you can delete the one rows. Then we want to keep it. Which row is going to delete which table? Who is going to delete? When you delete that table, everything we want to do. Okay, this one need for the audit purpose. For example, you are withdraw the money in bank. You have the account, you withdraw the money. Then the banking want to keep it that whole thing. Okay, but in the table, you have the balance only. The customer table, you have the customer table or something, then they keep it only your balance. But other thing is keeping the different table when you are withdraw the money or if you deposit. Okay, if you withdraw the money, how to withdraw in the counter or ATM card. Then which ATM card, where, like everything we want to keep it. Then we use for this the introduction trigger. In here also we are using, okay, keeping your marks, exam division, want to keep it the marks. Then one person want to enter the marks. Then okay. If you want to, okay, edit your marks, then we want to keep it that record. Who's going to edit? When? Why? That then that the things. It is a audit purpose. Therefore, we are using for the triggers. Okay. The database trigger is a special kind of store procedure that is run automatically by the database or in trigger terms. Or fire after or fire before. Then we can, it is automatically run that store procedure. That's a trigger. Okay. Then it is, okay, after the specific insert, update, delete. Okay. Statement is run against the specific database table. Okay. The particular table, you insert some record or update or delete. Then going to run the particular kind of store procedure. Okay, this is also a special kind of store procedure. It's a triggers, but it is automatically run. Okay, if you insert this happen after that, it automatically run. Okay, some situation you can before also you want to run. Okay, we are going to change or something like want to keep it that record. Want to keep it that record, then you can put the before the insert also you can automatically run. This the only you can use for the insert, delete, update, delete. Three things. Insert, update, delete in the specific database table. Okay. These are the changes happen, then you can keep it that record. Okay. The triggers are very useful for doing things such as auditing changes made to column value in the table. Okay, in the audit purpose, it is need for the triggers. Okay, it is useful for that table. A trigger can be also fire instead of the insert, update, or delete. Okay, three statements you can use for this trigger automatically fire. For example, instead of the performing the insert to add a row to the product table. A product, okay, the trigger would raise an error if product with the same product ID already exist in the table. Okay, already exist in the table, then it is the trigger would raise the error in the table. Then you can see, okay, if you add the one record, who is going to add? Okay, who is create that? Like, okay, you are registered in our course. Then who is going to allow to register to you? Then want to keep it that record. Otherwise, anyone can register that. Okay, in our university. Okay, then we had some procedure. Okay, we want to select an exam. You pass that some. Okay, satisfy that criteria. Then you can register. That also who is going to allow to register. Then we want to keep it. Otherwise, unauthorized people also come and add your name. It is possible. Without that any security, they can do. Then we want to keep it that record. Therefore, we use that as a trigger function. Okay, trigger function. Now is the trigger. As I mentioned, trigger are very useful for auditing changes made to the column value. Okay, any changes happen in the record, then we use for the trigger. In this section, you will see an example of the trigger that will audit change made the product table. Okay, product table, some changes happen. Okay. Also, when you update the statement, modify the unit price. Okay, column of the row in the product table. A row will be added to the product audit table. Okay, then the product table, they are going to change for the unit price because now is the dollar is change. Therefore, according to the dollar changes, we want to increase the price. Therefore, when then we want to keep it that is the who is going to change this changes, how much is change, everything we want to keep it. How much percentage want to change for the unit price, because according to the okay that dollars is fluctuate, sometimes increase high and like okay, but in here there are no any mechanism for in other countries. Sometimes they have the time to time change for the fuel price. If petrol, diesel, there is a, every day there is a different price. Okay, not in the too much changes, but it's a sense or something that is a changes happen. Every day they are changing, the fluctuate. But in here, you want to change that thing, unit price. Then add to the product audit table. Then we want to create the one extra table. Okay, that is the product audit table. Already product table is there. We want to create the one table. Okay, if that trigger function is run, that okay, details are going to store in this audit product audit table. Okay, that detail are going to add that table. Okay, so finally when a delete the statement, remove a row from the product table, a row will be added to the product audit table. Okay, sometime we want to delete the one product. Okay, we need that product, like we want to delete that. Also want to know when that delete, who is delete that table, like then we have that detail also going to add it in the product audit table. Okay, if you add the any record, that also want to keep it that product audit table. If you update some changes happen in the table, that also want to okay, keep it. If you want to delete, that's a we call that's a anything happen in the table, we call that the run section. We want to get that any run section, we want to keep it that detail in the product audit table. Okay, this is the way the banking also keep it that all record. Otherwise, the one customer can do any legal things. Legal. Okay. Without thing, they can get the money. Okay, they have a then it's the rover, they keep it the money, okay, deposit something, then any changes happen. Then how to identify when it's happened, who okay. Without your signature also, that counter people write the one slips and deduct your money. It is possible, but that detail want to keep in the particular table. Okay, particular that detail want to keep it in another table. Then that bank authority raise that. Okay, check that particular table and find the person. This is the way we can, that's a here we create the product audit table. Then first we want to create the product audit table. Okay, before you see the trigger, you will need to create the product audit table. First want to create that product audit table. Okay, then use Northwind database. Okay, there's a create table. Okay, is the ID is as a identity 1, 1. This is identity means auto number, because that table is anything happen is increase 1 by 1, that record going to thing. Then there's a one table is there. If the product table, if you happen any add the new record, new product, or alter that product, or delete that product particular row, or how many, okay, many rows also, not in the one row, many rows also. That things details are going to keep it here. Okay, this is the trigger. Then first we want to create the table as a product audit. Okay, one column is the, okay, one attribute is the ID, int, integer type, this is the identity, 1, 1, this is auto number. This is the primary key. Next one is the action, in vacha, this is 100. Is not null, because that action, what other things happen, like we want to perform by, who is going to perform? Okay, perform by nchar 15, not null. Default user. Okay, it is get from the database who are locking particular database, or particular who are accessing particular table. Okay, that is we are going to get from the database the perform by n vacha. Okay, now the SQL server I am using here. This is a window authentication mode, but this is the my name is there. In the database also you can create the many user, because they are going to use the database, but in the, okay, through the programming, but they want to lock it. Okay, lock in the database, then they can make the changes. Lock in the change, then that details are coming from in the database. Here action, that is a not null, performed by nvacha 15. Okay, this is who is the name. That's a not null, default user who are using the particular specific time, who are using that database. That name is coming. Took place, date and time, not null, default, get date. This also going to get from the database. This is a system date. Where's the place? Took place, the name of the attribute, date and time. Which time is happened the particular transaction, delete or add, delete or modify, update. Then here this is the took place, date and time, not null, default, get data. Okay, this is the function. This function is called from, you get from that detail in the database, because the system. Now we add the particular, okay, at the moment you add the one product. Okay, add the product, then that get time now is the 10, 23 or 24. Which day? Date also the coming. Okay, we'll see that table. You can see the all details. Okay, first we want to create this one. After that we want to create this. Okay, here is a all explanation here in the figure, that identity clause, create an identity for the ID primary keys column of the product audit table, and identity automatically generate the value from for a column. It's automatically generate the number. The identity for the ID column start with the value, okay, 1, which is increase, okay, increment by 1 after the each insert the state of the row, insert the record. The action column store a string, the record that action perform. For example, product added with the product something, or something you can make. The perform by column store the name of the user who performed the action, who performed the particular action. This is default to user. which return the current user. Okay, you are who is using the particular database, that current user. Okay, the took place column store the date and time when the action took place. This is a default using get date function which return the current date and time. Okay, then we want to create that thing. Okay, want to create that table. Okay, then in the database, want to check that table is there or not. Audit. Okay, already there. I want to remove that table. Edit. Okay, not necessary. Again, refresh. Okay, if you happen anything, we want to refresh. Right now, I want to create that table. Okay, now I use here as a new. Okay, then create table. What is the name? Create table product audit. Okay, product audit. I copy and paste this one. Okay, same name we are going to use. Now you can see create table. Okay, product audit. Already exit is there. Okay, I already deleted, but is the not affected? Wait. Refresh. Okay, execute. But where? Okay, it's come here. Okay, any rows there? Edit. Same. Okay, there are no any record. There are any record I will create for the this is the audit table. Okay, this audit table also only higher authorized people can see it or modify. Other people cannot modify because if you grant for the user, then they can do. If you add some record, then you can delete. Okay, this is the you can give for the section for only particular people can access this. Okay, this table. Okay, otherwise other people can make any changes. Now we create that table is here, product audit table. Okay, in the product table, anything happen in the product table, you want to keep it that record. Okay, what other changes happen? Now we want to create the ticker. Want to create that ticker. We will create and use the following ticker. Insert product ticker. Okay, that's the name of the ticker. You can give anything, but that's a easy to identify the name because if you have the many tickers, okay, each table has the ticker, then you can easily to identify. Therefore, it is a insert product ticker. Okay, you are going to insert anything, insert product ticker. Then you can make for the mod. Okay, update product ticker or delete product ticker. That's the name. If you want to add customer, then insert customer ticker, insert modify customer ticker. That like you can make. That's a here insert product ticker. The fire after the insert statement. Okay, insert statement is successfully complete, then fire the ticker. Insert statement is not successfully complete. Okay, not necessary for that changes. Okay, this is the perform for the product table. Okay, update unit price product ticker. Then we are going to some changes happen. Okay, update unit price ticker for fire after the update statement. Perform the product table. Okay, if you product table anything update statement happen in the product table, then this update unit price product ticker fire automatically run. That's a mean fires mean automatically run. Okay, call for that thing. Delete product ticker. Fire after the delete statement is performed on the product table. Okay, the particular table is formed. Then you have to create the 3 triggers. First, want to create the insert product triggers. You create a trigger using the create trigger statement. Okay, create trigger, then trigger name. The insert product trigger, okay, script that create the trigger, insert product trigger, which audit, okay, audit the addition of a new rows of the product table. Okay, if you add new rows in the product table, then okay, the trigger fire for that audit table. Now this is the okay statement is there. Create trigger. This is the name of the product trigger. Insert product trigger on products after the insert as. Okay, the create is the trigger insert product trigger. This is the name of the trigger. Okay, on products after insert. Here is the which table, what happened, which statement after the insert. Okay, if you call for the, okay, if you execute the insert statement in the product table, then you want to, okay, execute, these are the statement. Okay, these statement won't execute. Okay, section not count on. Okay, don't return the number of row affected. Okay, not return. Okay, set no count on. Okay, then you have to declare at the variable to store the new product ID. Declare new product ID int, because if you insert the one product thing, want to get that product ID, because that product ID in the product table. New product ID int. Okay. Then select add product new ID equal product ID from okay inserted. Okay. Then insert into product audit table. Okay, this is the statement. Insert into product audit table action values. Okay, only action is going to take for the okay. Sorry, only one value on to provide. Other things automatically come. Okay, there are 3 attributes. One is that four attributes. One is yes. One is the auto number. That's the primary keys. That is automatically happen in the database. Second one is action. What are the action is going to? Sometimes add or insert something. Here is insert into product table action. Okay, this action we are going to get from that is the insert statement. Add new product ID. Okay, that's the product ID. This value product add with the product ID of. Okay, then that new product ID. Here is the we are set. Okay, select new product ID equal product ID. It is get from the product table. It is the which row is added. Then convert enchar add new product. Okay, this is the action value. Other things automatically get from the okay performed by. It is get from the database, because who is access that database or who is access the particular table, and time and date took place. That also system want to get from that detail from 6 system, but only we want to this action want to get from here in the particular product table. Okay, product at with the product ID of that line we can. Okay, that's like this then. Then there are several things you should note about the create trigger statement. After the insert clause, specify that trigger is to fire after insert. Okay, if you mention here the before insert, like the trigger fire before the insert statement. Okay, if you call for the insert statement in the product table before on fire, but here after insert, the call specific that the trigger is to fire after an insert statement is performed. Okay, in the product table, if you perform the insert statement, then the trigger is fired. Fire means automatically run that, like that's it. Okay, set no count on prevent the trigger. Okay, from return the number of row affected. Okay, this improve perform of the trigger. You can retrieve the column value for the insert statement that case the trigger to fire by the performing a select against the special insert table. Okay, for example, you can retrieve all the column of the new row added. Okay, newly added row use the select asterisk from insert. The trigger code retrieve the product ID column of the new rows from the insert table. Okay, insert table. Then we can use here as a select statement here. Select from. Okay, select at new product ID is a product ID from inserted. Okay, inserted in the product table, because that product table here is on products. Which table is insert execute, then we want to add the one row in the audit table, product audit table. Add the one table rows in the product audit table. Okay, then we will do that. Again, I will explain. Okay, now we say insert statement at the row, the product audit table. Okay, supply the value only for the action column only. This is because the ID performed by and took place column values set automatically by the SQL server. Okay, ID is auto number is SQL server, the database. Performed by who is access that particular database, then that also provide the SQL server. And took place, that's also date and time, the system date and time, that also SQL server. Okay, then delete also same, delete and alter. Then we can create that's the insert product trigger, testing the insert product trigger. Okay, data will come for the line. Okay, insert into product name, supply ID, unit price, value is this line. Okay, first we want to create that triggers. Okay, want to create that trigger. Then after that we can call that trigger. Okay, automatically, not necessary. If you add that particular one row in the particular table as a product table, this trigger automatically fire. Then we call here as a create trigger, insert product trigger on product table after insert. If you want to modify after update, if you delete after delete, or before that, like you can as set no count on, because no don't return the number of rows affected, not return. Declare at new product ID int. Okay, because this one want to get from that product table, therefore we declare the new variable. Other things get from the SQL server. Other three attribute get from SQL server. Okay, then we can see there in the triggers. Here is the triggers here. Already there, I want to remove. I think already they have because the previous batches. Okay, I think no triggers. There are no triggers. Then we want to create the one trigger. That also you want to need for the queries. Okay, queries. Then create ticker, insert product ticker. This is the name of the ticker on. Okay, what are the action happen in the table? Which table? Therefore, on products after insert. The insert statement happen in the product table. Call for this ticker. Okay, fire this ticker. Then want to create the tickers. Okay, all comments also there. You can read and do it. Okay. Okay, create. Then now won't execute because there are no any problem in any errors. Complete successfully. Now you can see you had a one ticker. Where is it? Sorry, program. Ticker. Yeah, no. Refresh. This is the views. Okay, database tickers. It's not coming. Why this? Not wind. Increase index create ticker. Okay, we can call that ticker because. Okay, again run. It's already there. Okay, this is already there, but that's not affected here. Scale of everything is there, but ticker is not. Anyway, we can call that ticker. Okay, now I want to add this. Okay, insert into product table. Okay, already you can see that's the audit table. There are no any records. There are no any records. Now new queries, control V. Okay, execute this statement. Okay, execute. Okay, it is affected. Now you open that audit table, product audit table. Okay, there are 1 rows. Okay, this. Okay, it has 1 row. That is the auto number. Okay, product added. So, okay, 82 is the last record number. Okay, ID, product ID. And perform by. This is the default user as a DBO. I am using that. Okay, this database as a DBO default user. And when? This is the time. Okay, 10:44. 44. Again, I add the another product. Okay, same thing. Add the another one product because ID is going to change. Again, now you can see the audit table again. Want to open the second record also there. Okay, the time is there. You can see one is 10:44 and 10:45. Which day? Okay, this is the audit purpose. Okay, for example, you are going to apply for okay, student register here, then keep it. Then after that, you want to transfer the full time to part time. Then you want to edit your record. You are now is the part time student. Then when this happen, who is edited? That detail want to keep it. Therefore, we want to create this audit table. Okay, product one table for the auditing. Okay, then if you have the many each table, okay, in the database, you, for example, you have 5 tables in the database. Then you have to create a 5 audit table. 5 audit table. Then something, anything happen, you can keep it. Okay, this is the auto number is there. If you delete this record, okay, I can delete. Yes. Excess is going. It will come later. Okay. Then it is a product. It is I deleted like. Therefore, I already mentioned it is only okay handled for the higher higher officers, hierarchy, top level people. Okay, then you can, if you create the table, you can give the okay access control. Someone can see, but only particular person can modify or edit. Now if I deleted because second record is not. Okay, then we don't know if you added the one row, but someone deleted. Okay, again I execute. I close it. Okay, now it's the 3 is there. 2 already deleted, now 3. Then we know if one record is deleted, but we don't know what is the records. One, if the number is missing here, but we don't know what is the action is happened, who is performed, we don't. Therefore, we make that here, don't do anything. Anyone can't modify or okay, modify or delete. This only insert happen automatically. Okay, insert is happen, but don't modify or delete. Then keep it all record. Okay, this is the audit table, not necessary for always, for all database, but some customer want to request, okay, want to keep it the old record. Okay, all things, all transaction. Then you want to create this audit table and trigger. Okay, next we can come for the now is a insert trigger. You can check the insert product trigger by that, so you can call for that audit table for the select from like, then you can get the row. Okay, how many is happen. Now audit table, it has a display. Okay, ID, action, DBO, and the who is performed by took place. Now it's creating and testing the update unit price product trigger. Okay, you want to update that one. Then you want to create the trigger. Okay, 3 triggers. Now this is the unit price update trigger. Unit price update triggers. Update unit price product trigger, create the trigger. Okay, then that is a command you can read. Okay, update the statement, the perform on the unit price column of the product table. You want to create that. If the reduction of the unit price of the product is greater than 25%, then row is added to the product audit table. Okay, then here is the create trigger. This is the name of the trigger on product after update. The previous is the after insert. Here after update. If you execute the update statement in the product table, fire this trigger as okay, set as affected. Okay, the row return the number of rows not affected. Set no column on, because there is the already we have only modification is there. Update means modification, no any new record. Therefore here set no count. Okay, no count on. If update unit price. Okay, if the update only for unit price begin. Okay, declare my product ID int. Okay, where it happened. Okay, then my product ID int declare all unit price money, declare new price money, because what are the changes happen, we want to keep it that also. All new price and this. These are the changes we want to do here. Declare at price reduction percentage float. Okay, this is the variable. Select my product ID equal product ID from inserted. Okay, select at all price unit price from deleted. Okay, where product ID equal my product ID. Okay, where we are going to change for the unit price. Then you want to get that unit price, you are going to delete that unit price, because that new price will come. Then select at new price equal unit price from inserted. Okay, then you put the new price. Okay, set at price reduction percentage equal unit price minus new, all unit price minus new unit price divided by all unit price into 100. Then what are the percentage? Then it is the it is greater than 25. You want to reduce the price. Okay, it is happen in the particular table. Then insert into product audit table the action unit price of the product ID. Then you can get that which row is affected. Okay, then was reduced by how much? That detail also want to keep it. Then you want to execute the update statement in the unit price here. Update here. Okay, update product set unit price equal unit price into 70%, 30% you want to reduce. In the product ID is the 80. Particular product want to reduce the 30%. 30%. Then you first want to create the trigger. Okay, this is the update trigger. Create update trigger. That also want to create that update trigger. Now you create that update trigger. Query. Okay, create trigger, update price product trigger on product table after update as on. Okay. Okay, little big code, because if the modification is happen, if you add the new things, it's okay, but you want to keep it at all details. Okay, if you run, completely successful. Okay, we need for the update statement. Okay, this is the update. If you execute, okay, it is affected. Then select audit table. Okay, I am selecting, run this only this. Okay, now is the record is here. Fourth record. Okay, already I deleted one record there. Here is the unit price of the things was okay reduced by 30 in at the which product 80%, which time, who is going to offer. For example, in the supermarket, sometimes they are making for the promotion. Then particular person, if you want to make for the ticker, if you happen something, they want to like, okay, then we want to change the price. How much you want to reduce? Okay, sometimes 30%, 50% for particular period. Then when this happen, again want to change. Okay, only 5 days for this offer. Then they trigger for this today. Then again want to change. Then it happen when you want to keep it that record table. Okay, this is the deleted. Okay, I will give the 5 minutes break. You can talk with me already. Hello, students. Already you have the software.
Yes, sir. Yes, we have.
Then you can do it in. Okay, you have the free time now. Is a night. Everything is there. You are Saturday, Sunday home. Okay, safely you stay in home and do it. Because small problem, but you can understand already the comments also there. You can understand how to make. Okay, how to make that. Okay, create the ticker. That format is neat, but other thing in the coding, it is a requirement is changes. It going to change, but the coding is there. If you want to declare the ticker, then it's the coding. Create ticker, it's update on product table after update. Then after that, what are the things going to changes? What are the things want to modify something? This is the additional thing. Okay. Then this is the permanent thing. Create ticker. This is a ticker name. This is on products. After which statement want to happen in the product table? Update, insert, delete. This is the 3. Insert order here. Create ticker, insert product ticker on product table products. After insert. Okay, that's it. Then this is the thing we want to add that record in the table, therefore insert into product audit table. This line. Okay, I will give a 5 minutes break and we can continue. I don't know the less participant is there. I don't know why they are, what happened. Now you can use that cheapest net also. Cheapest net mean the e-learning package are there. In the Mobitel, they are 25 GB, 150 rupees. I don't know, there's some places the Mobitel is less coverage like, but the thing, the dialogue also there, prepaid 150, sorry, 35 GB, 490 or something. Then you can use at least 1,000 you have to spend for the 1 month. Is there, I think, 80 GB also there, 1,000 rupees, 80 GB. That is enough for 1 month, usually. Or if you prepaid, then you can upload. Okay, reload and make it a package. This offer is going, yeah. Okay, 5 minutes break. We can continue. Okay, this trigger happened after the modification. Then what are the modification is happened? Therefore, we make here is the that modification. Select add unit price. Okay, that also get from the table, product table. Okay, from inserted new price going to insert. Okay, then you can see here, this is the okay, here this is the here update product price, set unit price equal unit price into 70%. Okay, 30% reduct. These details are if you get from the table. If you execute this statement, these are you are provide this like, then which product table, which row is affected. That also get from the product table. Okay, therefore set at price reduction percentage new thing. Then this is the calculation in the right. Okay, how much percentage is deducted? Then what are the old price, unit price, everything you can keep it. Then that record is here. Okay, the unit price product ID was reduced by 30%, 30 or 25, or you can. Okay, then this trigger after the modification update statement, if execute, trigger is automatically fire that event. Okay, this is also a special kind of stop procedure. We call the trigger function. Okay, then like now is the delete. The product delete triggers trigger fire after the delete statement is performed on the product table. Then delete to the record. Delete any record from the product table. Then that trigger fire after the delete statement is executed. This trigger added a row to product audit table to audit the change. Now is the trigger is here, create trigger, delete product trigger on product after delete. After delete. Okay, sometimes you want to perform before delete, then you can use here before. Then you can use this 3 state. Okay, to situation before or after. One thing. Okay, before or after this happened. Okay, then that after the delete as set on no count. Okay, on that no affected display, declare new add product ID. Okay, get the product ID of the row that was removed from the product table. Then that thing you want to assign. Then select add new product ID equal product ID from deleted. Okay, that a particular row is deleted, which row is deleted, then that product ID is set here. Insert into product audit table and action value product number, that's a convert for the new product ID, then that get from the product table. Okay, was removed, that's all. Then here not too much code. Okay, then if you delete, then here is a delete from product where product ID is 80. Then we want to delete the product or product ID is 80. Okay, then you can execute that line. Then now we want to create, first want to create the thing. Then if you have the database, then the database has the 5 table like, then you create the 5 audit table. Okay, sometimes not necessary for the whole table, some are need. For example, in our exam branch, they want to add your marks. Okay, the particular use of data and operator add the marks. Then they cannot modify. Only they can add it. Then if you marks want to modify particular authorized person, another person going to change. Then that also want to keep it. Okay, want to keep it. In here also, that's like. Then if you want to cancel your registration, then you want to get the approval something, then a particular person can remove. Only a particular person can remove. Then that want to keep it when you cancel the registration. Without that record is a problem. Then you want to ask, I didn't ask anything like, then you want to claim, okay, I am now following that like, then we can keep it. Then when we remove your record for this evidence of this paper or something like, we can. Okay, therefore we need for the audit table. Okay, then product audit table, student audit table, exam audit table, or marks in the audit table, grades in like. Then after that, you want to create the 3 triggers. 3 triggers. Okay, this is the delete triggers. Then want to create first this trigger. Create trigger, delete product trigger. Okay, then here we make that's a name. Okay, that's a product trigger name is a delete product trigger. This is going to use for the delete that record in the product table. Want to fire this trigger. Okay, then one like, then you can use that name also, easy to identify. Okay, if you know now is the 5 table is there, you are going to use the, okay, create the 15 triggers. Then we want to give, okay, give a specific name or to alter or something easy to identify. Easy to identify. Okay, want to execute, there are any, it's okay. Command complete it successfully. Okay, command complete record is this. Okay, now the create the trigger. Now want to execute the delete statement in the product table. Delete statement in the product table. Okay, then you can see what other table want to record want to delete from product table where product ID is 80. Okay, now you can see here. Wait. Okay, that product table has a 82 record, I think. Wait, 81 record is there. The product table 81 record. Okay, I want to delete for the 80 record. Then if you see Okay, I execute this one. Okay, now I can run that select stick mark from which table, from audit table, products audit table, right? Execute this one. You can see the okay particular thing removed. Okay, now I change this is the 84. Okay, 84. I select and execute. '84 is there. Number 84. There are no any 84 product ID. It is executed. Okay, cannot insert the value null from the column action. Okay, there are no. Okay, has been terminated. Okay, there are no. This action is not complete because 84 product ID is not there. Okay, then the statement has been terminated. Then it cannot insert the value null into the column action table, Northwind database product column. Okay, does not allow null insert fail. Okay, now you can see the table. It is not happened. Okay, it is removed already. I think in the 84 is there. Removed, but again it happened. Not happen again. Wait. I cut again. I run again. Okay, you can check. Is terminated. Now, okay. Okay, it is not happen. But that is always happen. I think 84 is there. Number 84 is there. Okay. Then, if what other changes happen, then you can keep it that transaction. Okay, we call that as a transaction. Okay, this audit table, if you added, modify, okay, delete. Okay, these three things you can keep it. Okay, then this is the useful for the ticker. What is the sometimes ask for the question? What is the purpose to create the tickers? Then you have to answer. Then we want to keep it that the any transaction is happening in that table. Any transaction is happening in the table. Want to keep it that record. Okay, that details. Then we need that ticker. Then which situation you can use this ticker after or before. Okay, which command is allowed? Only three: delete, sorry, insert, update, delete. Insert, update, delete. These are the three. Okay, situation you can use this ticker. Okay, the ticker also automatically the special kind of the stop procedure, but this is the special function. Is automatically fire. Okay, is automatically fire for the three statement is executed. What are the statement? Add, delete, modification in the particular specific table. Okay, this is the example. You can increase the number of the details. This is the this ID, action, perform, took place. If you want any other detail want to need, then you can. Okay, here is the DBO means this is a default user. As I already mentioned, we are using for the window authentication mode. That's a default user. But if you in the organization, the organization provide for the password and username. Then if a particular person if access that database, okay, use that application, then they want log in. Then that name is coming here, performed by. Then who make these changes? Everything we can see it. Then that's the way we can use for the ticker. Okay, ticker. Then now today we study in the stock procedure. Okay, then some tasks want to call. Okay, oftenly use that task, then you can create that stock procedure, the common tasks. Okay, some special tasks not necessary to create the stock procedure, but in the common tasks is that everyone oftenly use that. Like you can create that stock procedure and easy to call that procedure, and you want to avoid the error also. Okay, avoid the errors. Then this ticker also want to keep it that want to audit our data transaction. Then we need for that audit table, that ticker also helpful for that keep it the information. Okay, then here in the audit table only particular person can do it. Then you can see that if the table is selected, you can property. Okay, the properties here, so you can permission. Okay, who are the permission? So it's like, okay, who are get the permission, the guest user. Okay, they can do that only, view the things or something you can. Okay, now you can click. They don't not necessarily open. There's a deny. What are the grant? Okay, you can grant for the only view, select. Okay, they can select, mean they can see. Don't delete, insert, update. That like you can give the permission to the user. Okay, user means a particular officer want to use that database. You can give a restriction for particular part of the table or part of the database. Control everything. You can this is the way you can make the permission. The audit tables are there. They are only they can see the view the table. View the table. That's a permission. Grant the permission. Oh, who are the only two users are there, public and the guest. Then guest mean you can see the select, they can retrieve the data, can't do anything. They can retrieve. The select statement is allowed. No insert, no. That because of this table records are automatically insert. There's a trigger is fire, insert that at rows. Insert the rows. Okay. Okay, now I am going to stop. Next week we can start for the database programming side. That also some theory part also there. What are the object you can use in the database programming? That things. This is the only enough for the TSQL. Okay, TSQL you can write that coding. The advanced also you can study in the website. You can go and see advanced thing. But this is enough for the small programming. Okay, that you want to know what are the syntax, format of the coding, everything. Okay, student, thank you very much. You ask the past paper also. I think next week I will provide, because last week I unable to come 2 days. Something there, 2 days is closed last week. This week also I unable to communicate with a particular person is absent for that person who keep it that past paper in the examination branch. One person is keep it that one because other person can access that computer for that thing because that person know where is the past paper. Like then I will share with you. Okay, don't worry because we had the time. Don't worry about the my chapter module because we had the for 60% for the exam, 40% for the project. At least you can get the 20% marks, 20% for the project. If you do something, everyone can get the 20% for the project.